All right, good morning, guys. We are on lesson 8, triangles with 3 common measures, page 63. 63! Okay, we're going to examine this 3 sets of triangles, or each set of triangles. What do you notice? What's the same? What's different? Okay, so set 1 here. What do you notice about those triangles? Okay, hopefully you see that they're all 4, 6, and 9. Okay, all the sides are the same size. Okay, hopefully you notice they're all identical copies. They are just different directions. Okay, they're facing different directions. If I would take a triangle and flip it over, or I would just rotate it, they are all the same triangle. Okay, you can measure them if you want, but they're all exactly the same. Okay, question 2. Looking at these guys, what do you notice about this one? Okay, instead of the sides being angled now or the same, now we see the angles are all the same. Okay, so they all have a 56, 41, and 83. Okay, are the sides all the same? Okay, and hopefully you're saying no. Obviously they're not all the same size, so they have different side lengths. Okay, so they could be scaled copies of each other. This one could be 4 times bigger. This one could be twice as big. This one could be, that looks pretty similar. That could be twice as big as well. Okay, so the angles are the same, but all the sides are different lengths on that one. Okay, so take a look at 8.2. It says examine these sets of triangles. Okay, number 1, what is the same about the triangles in each set? What is different? Okay, so hopefully you notice all the triangles have 2 sides that are the same length. They all have a 5 and a 7. Okay, and then you can go one step further and look at the angles, and we know that all of them have a 30-degree angle. Okay, now they are a little bit different because if you notice, across from the 30 here is a 7. Across from the 30 here, I don't know. Across from the 30 here is 5. Okay, so where those angles are, where those sides are, make it different triangles. Okay, so I want to see how many different ones we can find. Okay, so let's just start on this one. Okay, so a couple things to note. What am I going to be looking for? Well, I'm looking for 30 and 5 to be across from each other, and the 7 to be next to the 30. There's no 5 next to the 30, but the 7 is, and again, the 30 is across from the 5. So do you see one of those? 5 is across from the 30 degrees, and the 7 is next to the 30. Hopefully you saw this guy right here. Okay, let's look for another one. Let's look for this one. I'll kind of square that guy. Again, 30 now is across from the 7. 5 is next to the 30, so we got to find that exact thing. 30 is across from the 7, and the 5 is right next to the 30. Also, the triangles should look exactly the same. They're just rotated. Okay, let's look at this one. There's nothing across from the 30, and notice how the 30 is sandwiched between the 5 and the 7. It's connected to both of them. So do you see one where there's nothing across from the 30, and the 30 degrees is sandwiched between the 5 and the 7? Right there. So that leaves 3 of them left, and it looks like across from the 30 is a 5, and the 7 is next to it. Across from the 30 is a 5, 7 is next to it. Across from the 30 is a 5, and 7 is next to it. Now you might have said, hey, this one too. Across from the 30 is a 5. Nope, sorry, this one. Across from the 30 is a 5, 7 is next to it. But notice the triangles have to look the same as well. Okay, the triangle has to look the same as well. So these 3 are what's left, and they're all 3 the same. 30 is across from the 5, 7 next to it. Triangles look the same. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of triangles listed there of those 9. Okay, question 3. Examine this set of these sets of triangles. What is the same? What is different? Okay, so what do you notice are the same? Okay, well, it looks like we have all a side of 6, and we have the same angles, 40 and 80 degrees. Okay, what is different? Well, triangles are facing different directions. Obviously, I have some different lengths involved. How many different triangles do we have? So it's the same question as last time. How many different triangles do we have? Well, let's pick one. Which one do you want to start with? Let's start with the big guy. Okay, so we're going to be looking for a big triangle. And probably you can only see one of them there, but we got to double check. The 6 is across from the 40, and there's nothing across from the 80. 6 is across from the 40, and there's nothing across from the 80. Those two are the same. Okay, how about the one in the bottom left here? Looks like the 6 is sandwiched between 80 and 40. It's right in between. 46, 80. So I'm looking for the same thing. Is the 6 sandwiched between the 40 and the 80 here? No. Is the 6 sandwiched between the 40 and 80 here? Yes. Is the 6 sandwiched between the 40 and 80 here? Yes. Is the 6 sandwiched between the 40 and 80 here? Yes. So there's actually 4 of them. Those 4 are the same. That leaves us with 2. Notice they look alike. 6 is across from the 80. 6 is across from the 80. Nothing across from the 40. Nothing across from the 40. So those 2 are the same. How many different triangles do we have? Should be 3. These 2 are the same. These 4 are the same. And these 2 are the same. Okay, again, I encourage you to check this one out. Top of page 67. And then notice how we can't always say, well, if a couple sides are the same and an angle is the same, that they have to be equal. In the summary here, here's a side of 4, here's a side of 5, and a 90-degree angle. Here's a side of 4, here's a side of 5, and a 90-degree angle. Notice they're very different. Okay. If we create 2 triangles with 3 equal measures, but these measures are not next to each other in the same order, you're usually going to get different triangles. So here I have a 5, a 6, and a 32. Here I have a 5, 6, and 32. Notice how different those triangles are. So you got to be really careful if you say they're the same. If the 32 is across from the 6, the 32 has to be across from the 6 if the triangles are the same. All right. So again, same type of thing here, just like we got done talking about to start the homework off with. You have page 68 through 70. There are 7 questions for your homework. 7 questions. All right, take care, guys. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.